Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Uriel, Israel. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Uriel, Israel. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Uriel, Israel. I'm a servant to the highest when my friends is on. I ain't
Shalom. Shalom Israel. Shalom Israel. It is your host, Yariel Israel, coming back with another episode. And today's episode is a reaction video to Jess Hilarious and her views on being a housewife. Right? So through the power of the Most High, through the spirit power of the Most High Yahweh Shemir Bashai, we're gonna get it going with a few precepts. It's not gonna be a long video, but we're gonna, bring it out and Lord willing, Israel, you can be edified. Right? So we're gonna play the clip and we're gonna see what she say.
Yes, I was. Wayne, I still say to this day that's the best relationship I ever been in with certain things. We would still beef about how much we make. Because I'm like, yeah, nigga, I make more than you. Like, I let him be on his house for a while. And Wayne is so competitive. I'm like, okay. And at first it was cool. It was cute. I'm like, okay, I got a nigga that's like, okay, challenging. All right, cool. We wanted to go on tour together. It was going to be called Best of Both Worlds. You know, he's a clean comic. I'm dirty. I'm raw. I'm Baltimore. He's church. He's Bill Cosby. Well, before the charges, you know. I'm like, nah. I'm old Monique, Bertie Mac, every harsh Richard Pryor. I'll say anything. This nigga was like, all right, we can co-headline a tour. You headline, I headline. I'm like, okay, cool. He like, but I gotta get X amount. I'm like, why? He's just like, just for one, I'm the man, and then two is you're my woman. No, that's not what we're doing. Cause you see, I sell out shows. I put asses in seats. I could if I could see if I was just starting out. I could see if I wasn't Jess. I'm Jess. Shows that you don't sell out, I sell out. And he sells out. But what the fuck we talking about? We gonna do 50-50 or it ain't nothing. He couldn't deal with that. And also this nigga was like, yo, and I love him to death. We're still good friends. This nigga was like, and he know I say this. He was like, well, in a few years, I don't even want you to be touring and doing. I want you to be. You want me to do what? Stay home. And you want to take care of me. That sounds great to a certain type of female. I'm a worker. I'm going to always work. I don't even know what the fuck retirement even going to look like because I ain't going to ever do it. Nigga, if I could, I would be 100 on stage because that's what I love. That's what I want to do. I'd be 100 on stage talking about myself. Still making motherfuckers laugh. No teeth, all dentures, all the nigga. I'm going to do it. I'm a worker. And I still would love to be a wife. I want to have more kids. I still want, this is why I need for someone to understand that. Like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay for me to be a successful businesswoman and still be a housewife. I can still do that. I'm not going to ever sit down. Not for no man. I don't give a fuck how much you make. You can make more than me. I'm not going to rely on your money. I have to rely on mine. And maybe I got to get better with that. Man, I cannot let nobody take care of me. Because then they hold it over your head, Jay. I've been in so many situations where it's like, yo, a nigga will do this for me after I did this for them. I never throw in your face this, but you going to throw in my face this? Get your goofy ass out of here.
You know,
So That's all we needed, right? So first and foremost, again, I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? So, I'm gonna react to it, bring out a few precepts, and maybe she don't know this, right? So we have to edify Israel, and we're gonna see what the Bible say, right? Now, some things that stood out with this video is that she said, uh, "That's not what we're doing." She kind of disregarded what her man said, right? So right there, that let me know that she don't know order, right? So in life, everything has order, and our people, by us being in these curses, we don't know order, right? So uh, before I get that, well, I'm gonna jump right in there. Uh, when a woman rule over the household or a man in general, that's not a good thing, right? So it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. It says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths," right? Because a woman, she doesn't supposed to run everything, right? In the Bible, it has always been order, and more specifically, a patriarchal, household. It's the man always leading the household. It never been the woman, you know, kind of, you know, telling her husband what to do and questioning him and stuff like that. Now, again, it's okay to ask questions and get clarity on things, but at the end of the day, your husband supposed to make the final decisions, right? So our people, by us being in these curses and we're not in our right state, you know, our people don't know. You have some people that say that their kids eat first, and that's off, right? So I don't want to get off topic, but she says, a statement that she said was, "That's not what we're doing," right? Or, "I'm selling out shows, I'm doing this, I'm doing that." It's not really about that. It's about what the Bible say, right? And at the end of the day, if she actually knew what the Bible say, she would have moved accordingly, right? Now we know that she had a lot of experience, bad experience, with relationships, which caused her to feel this way. But that's because she's not keeping the commandments. She's not, she never had a righteous husband that's keeping the commandments. Because if you're not keeping the commandments and seeking the Most High, you're not righteous. I don't care who you are and how successful you are, right? So she hasn't had a righteous husband to lead her in the path that she needs to go, right? So with her previous experience with relationships, it caused her to think like this. And a lot of our women think like this. A lot of our women have that black independent woman spirit. Oh, I don't need no man. Oh, he can't do this. I could do this. I'm gonna do that, right? And that's not really what it's about, right? So I want to kind of keep going, right? Let me get the book. Let me get the book of Genesis, chapter 3, and verse 16. It says, "And to the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception and sorrow. Thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee," right? So the husband is meant to rule over the woman, right? Even all the way back in the time of Genesis, right? Now everybody know in Genesis that Eve went off, she transgressed, she started dipping and dabbling in other philosophies and doctrines, right? Which caused this to happen, but it was set up from the foundations of the world, right? From the earth. That was meant to happen. So at the end of the day, a man supposed to always be over the woman. He make the final decision. If he say this is going to go down like this, within righteousness, that should happen, right? Let's keep going. Let me get the book of First Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3. It says, "But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Christ is God, right? So you have the Heavenly Father, which is God, right? Then you have Christ, then you have men, then you have women, and then the children come after that, right? So it's always order, right? I don't care what business model it is, right? Your household order comes before anything. And like I said, unfortunately, our people don't know the order. And just hilarious, she doesn't know the order, right? So this isn't a shade, this isn't a disrespect, because at the end of the day, through the spirit power of the Most High, I believe she's an Israelite, right? A so-called, black woman. So it's all love, but she has to know the natural order, right? The Most High, he don't care about your money and you selling out shows. What he care about is you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and you listening to your husband, right, and doing what he say, right? Because you die, you can't take that money. Who gives a damn about that, right? Now, she did say she want to be a housewife and she want to work, she want to do this, yes, but it still has to be ordered, right? If your husband say, I want you to be at home, I don't want you to work, hey, you got to do what he say. You don't get to, tell him what you're not going to do. That's off. And that's why a lot of our women are single now, because they got that black independent woman spirit. They feel like they can't listen to a man. They can't submit to a man, right? That's what they think. And guess what? They be 30, 40, 50s, single with kids and be alone, right? And then next thing you know, they're single, alone with kids, and then they raise their kids up to think the same way. Oh, I did this by myself. I don't need no man. Well, pause. You wanted a man, but you didn't know how to keep a man. Because a real man of the Lord is not going to deal with a woman that's going to absorb her authority over him, right? The Lord not dealing with that. The Lord deals with order. Everything has an order. Everything has an order and a purpose, right? The precept. I'm gonna stay on 1 Corinthians. Let's jump down to verse 8. 1 Corinthians 11 and 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man, right? So, the woman is of the man, right? Let's keep going. It's verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So you women are created for the man. You was created to listen to your man and be a submissive, righteous woman, a daughter of Zion. That's why you was created. Not for you to try to absorb your authority and tell another man that's supposed to be your husband what you are or not going to do. That's off. Right? Let me get off. I'm about to get 1 Timothy 2 and 11. It says, 1 Timothy 2 and 11, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Right? So you got to learn in silence. Right? Verse 12, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to absorb authority over the man, but to be in the silence. Right? So again, you can't absorb your authority over the man. Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Right? Oh, I'm going to do this. This is what I want to do. This is what's going to happen. No. Your husband say, cook, go cook. Right now, again, we're not saying, that you a slave and no, within righteousness. Right now, if he being a nigger, or if he's not a righteous man of the Lord, he's trying to, tell you to do something that goes against the Bible or the scriptures, then hey, that's another video. But if he's a righteous man of the Lord and he tell you to do something within righteousness, you have to do it. Right? You got to listen to your head. Women was literally created for the man. That you was created to be that help me, to be that love and support, that emotional, that emotional comfort that a man need, that help me, right? That's why a woman was created. Don't try to absorb your authority, you know what I'm saying, as if you're a man, right? Let's keep going on that. 1 Timothy 2:13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, right? So like yeah. Verse 14, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression, right? Because that serpent, it came to Eve first, right? And Adam got deceived by Eve, right? The woman got deceived first. Why? Because the woman is the weaker vessel, right? The woman is more easier to be manipulated, right? Than the man, right? Let's keep going. Verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety, right? So you're going to be saved by having kids, right? Having faith, doing charity. That's how you're going to make it, right? That is a role of a woman, right? Let's go to the book of First Peter, chapter 3, verse 7, right? It says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, give an honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, right? So you gotta, us as righteous husbands, we have to dwell with, our wives according to knowledge, right? Giving honor to her, right? Because we got to know that she's the weaker vessel. And what do you do with a weaker vessel, right? You're very careful with it, right? You guard it, you protect it, you love it, right? You do all you can for that weaker vessel, right? Because if you become slack where you don't be on guard, that vessel can shatter, right? And that's the same thing with a woman. If you don't do your job as a husband, she would be everywhere. She would be all over the place. She would be out of order, right? Let's get the book of Titus chapter 2. So like it, Titus chapter 2 and verse 3, it says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as become holiness, and not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young to be sober, right? To love their husbands, to love their children, right? To be discreet, chaste keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed, right? So a righteous wife will be someone at home, right? Why is you talking about selling out shows, and all of these things, you're talking about selling these, selling out, shows and etc. But you need to be at home, being a wife, right? Money is not everything. What you need to do, just hilarious, through the spirit and power of the Most High, is listen to the precepts, right? Come back to your nationality, right? And understand the order of things, right? So, first and foremost, I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. I hope that this lesson was edifying. This is a reaction video to Just Hilarious. Shalom. Yariel is out.